Welcome to the ResearchWorks podcast, broadcasting live from the Oceania Academy of Cerebral Palsy and Other Childhood Onset Disabilities Conference 2026 in the beautiful city of Hobart, Australia. Join Dr. Dana and the ResearchWorks team as we bring you an exclusive series of interviews with visionary keynote speakers and leading presenters, captured right here amid the groundbreaking discussions and innovations shaping the future of disability research and care.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to ResearchWorks. We're here at Oceania Conference 2026 in Hobart, Tasmania, Australia. We're currently at the welcome reception. And Marissa, are you having fun?
I am. There's lots of chatter happening. Lots of very excited people in the room.
There's so much chatter happening right now. And it's very good to see people connecting.
It's awesome.
Collaborating, networking, hopefully. We're pretty excited. We've had the privilege of speaking to so many wonderful people. And there is this woman sitting next to me who I think is just absolutely fabulous. And I fangirl over her all the time. And now we get to work together. It's brilliant. Sarah McIntyre, welcome back onto the pod.
Thank you very much, guys. Great to be here. And it is exciting, I must admit. Like, when you've been organising these things, there is so much in the lead up.
Yes.
And then when it starts, it's just got a life of its own.
It does, doesn't
and
it?
It takes off and everyone puts their hands up, hard work's done in the back end.
Isn't it?
And then all these amazing people get to talk about the incredible work they've been doing.
Yeah.
And we all get to share that and learn and I've got goosebumps.
Just hearing you describe that, it is like that, isn't it? It is a bit of a pinch me moment that we get to do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we get to have these great conversations and, we see each other in Zoom all the time, but to see each other in person is just amazing.
Yeah.
Well, today we're talking about a talk that you're giving at this conference. It is the Dinah Reddihough Oration. It is the most prestigious talk that happens at a conference, and you are giving it this year.
No pressure. No pressure.
You would be great.
Feeling the pressure.
No. But it's given to people of your caliber. Can you give us a bit of a rundown about what the Dinah Reddihough Oration is?
Yeah. Look, it's a complete honour to be given this, and it's it's something that's chosen by the scientific committee and others who are invited, and they put ideas forward about what they want for the oration, and then they all vote on it, and then you just get a random email one day that maybe the week before you're breaking up at the end of December to say that you've been awarded the Dinah Reddihough Oration. So it's a huge honour because for people who don't know, Dinah started our academy, and so that's why there's a Dinah Reddihough Oration.
Yeah.
And it's particularly important to me because I have worked with Dinah for the 22 years that I've worked in this area because she's a big supporter of and started the Cerebral Palsy Register in Victoria.
Wow.
And so she was one of the first people I met
Phenomenal.
in my job.
Yeah.
And we've worked together ever since. And she's also a huge supporter of the academy. And she's one of those leaders who, once she led, she really wanted other people to take it and run with it. And I think that's such an amazing leader.
Yeah.
And so I had a little flashback the other day, actually, because we're just doing a new strat plan for the academy, and we had a members brainstorm last October, I think it was, and it was just a lunchtime Zoom style thing, and we go on to the Zoom, and who's the first person on the Zoom to brainstorm new ideas? It's Dinah.
That's awesome.
Like all these years later, she's
so
still
great.
there for the new brainstorm for the next strat plan. I'm like,
wow.
She sets the bar pretty high.
Yeah.
She wants to make sure it stays there, which it has.
Yeah.
So that's why we have a Dinah Reddihough Oration because we just wanted to recognise her contribution to the field. So
phenomenal.
Yeah, so it's a big honour.
Sarah, I learned something quite new about you when we were catching up in Brisbane in December as part of the Centre of Research Excellence. And you have a therapist background in terms of what you do now. Do you mind just telling people
Yeah, sure.
Who are you, Sarah?
Yes. An
When it comes to
enigma.
your professional.
Not true at all. No. Well, look, I do have a very different sort of way through the world. And I'm not one of those people that was sort of had a clue what they were going to do. Like, I really didn't have a clue.
Yeah.
So, I went to a school in the country. You know, I think I peaked at about year 9. And I was like, I'm a bit done with this whole school thing.
Oh, no.
So I hung in there till the end of year 12, but I didn't really put in. And I didn't really want to go to university or anything at that time.
Wow.
And would you believe it, my first application was Economics Asian Studies.
Really?
Yeah. So really
Where did that
nothing
come
like
from?
where I
Yeah, I
ended
was gonna
up.
say.
So I had no idea what I wanted to do. But I was a tennis player. So I wanted to be a professional tennis player. And I started that when I finished school. And, I just won my first satellite tournaments. And I jumped over a fence when I got home and I broke my ankle.
Oh, jeepers.
Probably shouldn't jump over fences when you're trying to be a professional athlete, but you tend to think that
Sarah,
you got the
think
covered.
you'd be invincible. Yeah, that's right. Yes.
I
Yes.
broke my ankle. I had terrible surgery and that was just gone. Boom. So that was interesting. But then I became a tennis coach.
Fabulous.
So, and I shifted quite quickly because I wasn't really that competitive anyway. I wouldn't have made it. But I was a really good tennis coach.
Yeah.
I loved working with
imagine you would
people
have
from
been.
the age of 4 to 94 were my ages, all
Wow.
abilities. I had people with disabilities coming and I really loved that work. I ran tours for juniors. This is back in the early
Wow.
90s. So there was no computers. I ran night comps for 600 players, over 6 different tennis
Oh
centres.
my gosh.
Like
Without computers.
systems.
Yeah. Far
Loved
out.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
I can see where this is shaping.
And then I went to my exams and I failed my on-court tennis coaching exams. And I'm like, how is this even possible? And then so I buckled up, went for it again, failed again. I failed. Like, I couldn't believe it.
Wow.
And, I just had hundreds of people who were coming to me every week and I had to tell everyone I'd failed.
Gosh.
Like, what you pay me for, I just failed at.
Sarah.
Like, it was really,
That would have been really difficult.
overwhelming.
Really challenging. Yeah.
But it kicked me up the bum, actually, and said, time for you to go off to uni and do something different. So that's how I switched over and I went back to uni as a mature age student, as an OT, to do OT. Yeah.
Loved it. So from OT, that's not what you do now, though?
No, I'm an
there's another-
epidemiologist. Yes. Yeah.
It's amazing. Tennis coach, potential Asian studies and economics.
I told you I didn't know what I...
You have a wide breadth of interests. It's amazing. But
how inspiring is that as well, though? Because, you don't always know what you want to do.
No, I didn't have a clue. No.
And following things that you're good at where life takes you sometimes is really good, not to have just such a set plan. At least that way you're curious and you're open to the world.
It was, yeah.
And that curiosity has probably done you a lot of good in your field of research and science,
I think
really,
so,
hey?
yeah. And flipping things around and not thinking from the same angle. I always say, okay, we've got this finding. What if we interpret it the total opposite way?
Brilliant.
And then just flip it and then see where it stands, sits. Like, is it still there or is it the opposite of what you think?
Love how your brain works.
Yeah, I think it's been good. I've loved it.
So the title of your presentation, what is it?
Well, I didn't give them a title.
I thought you had a title.
It's the Dinah Reddihough Oration.
about.
I didn't give it a title because I didn't know what I was going to talk about.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
This comes out of the blue, right? So I was like, wow, it was a very overwhelming thought because even though I come from different ways of thinking, I do like structure. So I love a good background, methods, results, and And I can pump that out, and
Yeah.
I'm very happy to stand up there and do that.
Yes.
And I'm not particularly creative. So this one where you're meant to talk about, your life and what you, I don't know, take-home messages and things for the future. And it's more of a creative talk rather than here's the results and I'm going to discuss the results.
Yes.
So I actually found it incredibly challenging. And I don't mind saying that. It's very, very difficult.
Well, how many times do you get the opportunity to talk like that in a professional
Yeah.
setting?
Yes.
Isn't it? But the
Yes.
personal stories are truly inspiring because we all do what we do.
Yep.
We invest a lot into what we do.
Yeah.
And the story behind it often unveils so much more about the why we do what we do,
Yeah,
right? And
true.
we are more than just the title and
Yes.
our names and what we provide there, but it's that motivation behind, salience. We know that what keeps us moving and going, and knowing a bit more about someone, I think is really, really encouraging because there's always people that relate to that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that people relate to something within the talk.
Uh-huh.
So what I came up with in the end was on the last week of the year, we had a team meeting. And I thought, what am I going to do with a team? We only had half an hour. I want to end on a high.
Yes.
So I said, how about we all talk about our learnings, wins, and thanks for the year.
Wins and thanks.
So we quickly went around, and it was this amazing team meeting, really high energy, and we were all exhausted.
Yeah.
And
Big year.
And we had such a great meeting that after we had that, a couple of days later, I said, that's what I'm going to do for the talk.
Brilliant.
So it's my learnings, wins, and thanks.
Beautiful.
So that gives you quite a bit of opportunity.
It does.
Yeah.
And what a reflection point as well to actually think about your learnings.
Yeah.
What did you come up with?
Well, I do have one key learning, and it won't be any surprise for people who know my work and know me, but it really was, my key learning was about listening to people with lived experience and then working with people with lived experience. So through involvement rather than being participants the whole time. So a lot of the talk will be about that.
Yeah.
And the way I learnt about that and how I've embedded that through my work, not by examples as such, but just my lessons of all of that.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah, will be.
And I think that's such a, in the last decade, I would say, there was the first term of involving consumers, right? It was almost quite cold, but it had to almost be so people could think about it. And then when it became real and it lived and breathed within everything that we did, I think we've all changed as a result.
Yeah.
And you can't see it any differently now.
And I think in another 15 years' time, if people will think, what do you mean you did research without having someone with lived experience on the team? Because we all bring our own experience. Like if I need a statistician, I'll bring a statistician. If I need a neonatologist, I'll bring a neonatologist. And it just makes complete sense that you would bring someone with lived expertise, lived experience, because none of us have that expertise.
Yeah.
So you fill in the gaps of the team.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
right.
is a very obvious person to be in the team.
Isn't it?
And I think we'll just look back and almost, laugh and go, how
think
could
so.
we have done that?
That's right.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
You couldn't have ever imagined it any other way.
No.
And that's a beautiful way for our field to evolve,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
And I love that's why I think at conferences like this, we're seeing more and more qualitative presentations where we're asking consumers their thoughts. And I've read some of the abstracts for upcoming, presentations, and I'm really excited to hear. And a lot of them are about involving the caregiver, and it all comes down to what it seems. I haven't listened to them yet, but listening and just asking their opinion, because that's what's going to inform our best practice.
Absolutely.
It's very exciting.
And
Authentic.
listening to all opinions, which is what I'm going to also talk about as well, because when you first start doing involvement, you tend to get people who are much like you. So the mum who is a banker, for example, who has done research in her banking world.
Sure.
It calls to
Yeah,
her.
yeah.
And so she puts her hand up and says, I want to be involved.
Yeah.
But now we're 15 years into this journey where lots of people are speaking up who we've never heard from before, which is fantastic. And also we're really working out who we haven't heard from and going forth and making relationships in those areas so that you can include those voices.
Yeah.
So to include, a diversity of voices in involvement, which is
that what inspires you? Is that what keeps you going? I mean, that's something that you look very passionate about.
Absolutely. Like every time I have a meeting with families about a project that we're working on, you hang up. I'm doing it like an old-fashioned phone. Hang up.
We're of that generation.
You actually just stop the Zoom, and then we all have to ring each other and debrief.
Yeah.
Because there's things we've heard in that conversation after all these years in the area that we'd never heard before, and it's just gold every time.
Yeah.
And so it really does keep me totally motivated.
It's brilliant.
And I think that's a credit to why you've been given this opportunity, though, is that you keep looking for more. We don't settle for what you've got. You keep asking the question, and there's always going to be more. And I think the consumers are always going to provide us with more and more.
Yeah. We need to listen to everyone, and then we need to listen to them when the views aren't the same.
Absolutely.
And
it's hard.
It is hard.
Really hard.
Yes. So I've got a framework that I have that I wanted to put up there for the oration. And it's something that's helped me in the past, and it's through a cultural learning opportunity that we had with work. And the ladies who developed it call it the R3 framework. And so I'll talk about that a bit as well, about how to work through difficult and not conflict as much, but just difficult and opposing points of view. And I'm excited about that part because this is something I've only learnt in the last 6 months.
Wow.
And that's the whole point, right? We just keep learning.
Yeah, that's right.
Like, no point in me giving learnings because I'm still learning every day. But this framework is something that has really helped me in some difficult situations in the last couple of months.
So good.
Yeah.
And I think it's important, isn't it? It's recognizing the limits of our own knowledge. And that is a humbling experience and one we must have. Otherwise, we are in echo chambers and we're all so good,
Don't do it.
And the challenge, taking up that challenge is that growth mindset, and it's uncomfortable. But how wonderful to have a framework.
Yeah.
We all love a good framework.
I know.
Love a good framework.
I can follow
I love that you brought
See,
that
you
in.
are creative.
You brought that in. Yeah.
No, I'm following the framework.
But you.
I did find the framework.
You found the framework through creative means.
Yeah.
So wins. You talk about wins.
Yeah. Well, interesting. I haven't actually really identified any wins. I've put the wins, thanks, and some of the learnings all together, which is really interesting. When I was doing it, I'm like,
phenomenal.
I don't want this win. Like it's a thanks, and I learned something. And so I ended up going, I don't think there's anything throughout the talk where it's just a win, which was really interesting. But my biggest win that I do talk about is the development of our involvement group, which is called CP Quest. We have over 170 family or people with CP who want to be involved in research now.
So
it's amazing.
Great.
Yeah. So that is, I'm happy to call that a win. And then, of course, you have to thank everyone for doing it and for everyone who supported it. Because these things at an organisational level, you need organisational backing.
That's right.
We pay everyone, so you have to get budget for it. So
it's a real commitment, isn't it?
Yes, it's a commitment.
Yeah.
And I'm very
involved.
grateful to CPA for that commitment for CP Quest. Yeah. So we've got a poster. Can I spruik a poster.
Beautiful. Yes.
Go check it out.
Always do.
Sophie Marmont is the first author, and she is the person that we've employed to be the coordinator of CP Quest. She's here.
That's wonderful.
She's got a poster that's 10 years of CP Quest and what we've achieved over the 10 years. So that's pretty fun for her to do as well. And a breakfast. I've got a breakfast tomorrow.
Oh, you got a breakfast as well?
Yeah.
Great.
So, and they're going to start a special interest group for involvement at
I did see
Oceania.
that.
So
that
they'll launch that tomorrow.
So there's just lots of ways to get involved now. And that's, how phenomenal to think of how the field has evolved, how it's so much more inclusive, and how much we're willing to actually push boundaries of what we've known before. And ultimately, that's everyone wins as a result of it, isn't it?
Totally. Yeah, I'm actually proud of Oceania Academy, really wanting to make sure people with lived experience are valued members of the Academy. We don't have membership structures anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, come on in.
That's right. Beautiful.
If you want to participate in this, there's no degrees required, got rid of all that. And we're so much better for it. Yeah.
So good.
So I think we have around 30 families who are attending from Hobart this week.
Wow.
Awesome.
And we get grants for these so that they don't have to pay.
Wow.
And so registration's free for families. So we have a $10,000 grant that we go for every time. So that's wonderful. And the families here have they've been loving it.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That is so good.
Yeah.
Because they do deserve to hear the kind of work that's been done and the research and be part of it and connect. Yes.
What's not working for them.
That's
and then
right.
You're running around telling people, oh my gosh, you got to go and talk to that lady.
Yeah.
So everyone benefits from each other.
Sarah, and I'm sure this comes through in your talk as well, and through the careers that you have experienced, through life that you have experienced, there'll be people that'll be listening who are wondering where to take their career, what to do, what to invest in. What would your advice to them be from where you are at the moment?
I just
with
told
so
you
much
I had
more
no
still ahead.
clue. I did not have a plan. I'm not the right person to ask.
But is that a good thing though?
Yeah, I think the thing is, don't try and be someone you're not.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So there's people who I admire so much in this room who have a plan and they go ahead and they do it. That is not for me and it's not for everyone. So I am the sort of person that took up opportunities as they came.
Yes.
And I didn't know what they were going to.
But the key is taking up the opportunities when they come, though.
You were willing,
There is the willingness and the curiosity to go, I don't know, but okay.
And I also put myself out there, I suppose, and said, if you need anyone for that, I'm keen, So just putting your hand up to anyone, I think, is, within reason and within the hours of a week is a good way of just getting yourself out there and meeting new people. Don't get too locked into the group that you happen to land in at that time. Work with different people.
Yeah.
So one thing I did to plan for this was put all my papers into some software thing that I can't remember the name of, and it pumped out all the collaborations.
Oh,
and to my surprise, just on papers, I've collaborated with 500 people across 41 countries.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Incredible.
And it puts it in a picture.
Yes.
And then you can see what you've done over your career. It's really fascinating. And so to me, that showed me that, I have collaborated widely.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And then I was starting to think of all the people who aren't on my little flower petal.
Yes.
that you'll see on a couple of days' time. I've got all these new collaborations that aren't even on there yet. So it's not stopping.
It's not complete yet.
No, the flower's got more petals, which is very exciting. Yeah.
And we often talk about that. You've got a job, career, more and more people talk about the calling, what inspires them to do the work they do and what gets you up in the morning. And I think if your goal is to know as many people as possible, that's kind of not really the the aim, isn't it? It's through this organic networking, discussions and curiosity. And that sounds like it's what you did because you didn't have a set plan.
No.
Which is probably the right thing to
right
do.
for me.
Yeah, it was really nice. I love that. Because I think about us, Marissa, and how we've evolved. We thought that we wanted to work at the hospital. That was our goal. Mm-hmm. And we thought that's where we'd be forever. And then as you get a bit curious about things, you explore and life happens, it throws you off on a tangent and you go, okay, well, left and right, what do we do? And somehow you find your way.
You do. And aren't we lucky that there's so many ways for us?
There are. There really are.
And a lot of it's saying yes and that curiosity, a willingness, and not to just be, like you said, boxed in with the same people, the same thoughts. I think you can be limited. And it's exciting. Like you said, it's not always planned.
Yeah.
No. Wing it a bit.
Yes, that's a science. I mean, I think that's the misinterpretation sometimes of science, isn't it? It's like, and I see them on social media from time to time. I don't really like being on social media, but I do from time to time just try to see what's going on. That's where the conversations are. And sometimes I see the criticism that's like, oh, researchers, they're not on the ground with people. And I'm like, yeah, I agree. Back then, that's probably what we were like. But if you could see us now and what we're trying to do, and the more of us that do it, the more we're going to answer questions that are critical, crucial.
Well, I thought it was interesting today. John Coughlin's talk was a wonderful talk. And he talked about researching what people's with lived experience priorities are. And, that was one of my first things I ever did. And I think I was very lucky to do that. It was a Delphi survey for people with CP. For their research priorities.
I love that paper.
Yeah, so I did that in 2006-07. It was published 2009. And that really set us on our course.
It really did.
For the Institute and the Foundation about making sure we researched what priorities were of people with lived experience.
Yeah.
So, we've been lucky in Australia. And when I was looking at it the other day, I thought lots of people in this room have done these priorities. Like I wanted to go through and go tick, 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 look at what everyone's done.
Yeah.
So I feel like, we're doing well in that space in Australia.
We really are.
And Southern Hemisphere. So yeah, we've got a lot to be proud of about that.
Yeah.
We do things because people talk to us about their problems, like so from a conversational level all the way through to proper research prioritization. So
it's just fantastic.
we've got a bit more work to do on that area because we have identified that there are groups that we haven't heard from.
Yes.
So we want to do a bit more work on that.
Yes.
And we'll do that in Leanne Zakrzewski's new CRE.
Yes.
So that's exciting to start planning that. And I'm looking for someone with lived experience who wants to do a PhD. Anyone out there?
I'm sure you could find someone here.
Good plug. I like that you
Are you adding that into your presentation?
Oh, I should. I haven't done that.
Oh, yeah.
I will definitely slip that in.
Through the network.
Yeah, that's a good
QR
point.
code for everything, but that would be really important.
Yeah.
How phenomenal would that be? And, we have someone in our podcast. I think we're going to air that episode after conference. And she wrote a phenomenal paper. She has cerebral palsy herself, sociologist. And did a PhD, and it is a wonderful paper about basically her life experience and where she is at now.
I'd love to read that.
It's wonderful, really wonderful. And these are things that are so thought-provoking, right? Yeah. They sit with you, and you do have to sit with it for a little bit. And yes, it's science, but the qualitative just sits with you.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
we did a mindfulness study not that long ago, and that was based on an adult with CP, Fiona, her name is, who came to talk to us. And she talked about that she had emotion regulation problems and asked us if that was normal for people with CP. And so we did a study, a survey to find out for adults. And yes, there was a group of people who have strong emotion regulation problems. And so then she said to us, well, what can we do about it? And we went, oh, okay. And Hayley Smithers-Sheedy and Ingrid Honan really looked into it and said, well, I think we need to try mindfulness for people with emotion regulation problems. So we did an RCT on mindfulness for adults. And the quantitative findings, again, you know, a little bit of help here and there, but nothing earth-shattering as far as the quant findings go.
Sure.
But the people who did it loved it.
Right.
And so we did a qualitative follow-up that Georgie Henry's just published. And it was such an important follow-up piece to understand from their point of view why this was important, how they're using it in their everyday life, how it's helping them. And we really needed that extra piece to marry with a...
It does, that mixed method. It's phenomenal, isn't it?
Yeah.
In terms of the learnings.
And that was all because of a question from someone saying, why is this going on?
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. So anyone who wants to set up mindfulness programs, we have protocols.
Plug number 2, here it goes.
We've set it up. You can take it and run with it.
That's phenomenal. That's great.
Telehealth, so it can be done anywhere. And,
wonderful. Wonderful.
So that was fun.
Sarah, it's just so wonderful to speak with you about what you've done in your career and how things have evolved, what's inspired you, because whilst that has been your personal journey, I feel like even as a researcher or as a clinician, sort of on the outside and sort of watching where the research has been published, it takes us on this journey. It really does. And so just thank you so much for doing what you do and for having the conversation with us and for the privilege of having this oration as well. Like it speaks to who you are as a person and the work that you do and what it means.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, guys.
Well, thank you for inspiring us. Like, I think, Dinah Reddihough would be so proud of what you're doing because, you are the legacy, of what she's created. The fact that you want to hear what consumers have to say, you've got this drive to keep going and there's more and more ideas. And thank you for inspiring us and for what you teach us. And I think you are so worthy of this presentation and I can't wait.
Well, you're making me excited now. I was a bit stressed. So, keen to do it now.
Good.
We'll be cheering you on.
Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much for speaking with us today, to all of our listeners. Hope you enjoyed that. Like it's wonderful to hear about someone's story and it's just so wonderful to know that where the research is heading and where it has been for these last 10, 15 years and what's been achieved as a result of that. So much more of that to come. So hope you enjoyed. We'll talk to you all again really soon. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.